Christmas. I'm like, you know what, screw it. The birth of Jesus. The birth of Jesus Christ. Hang on, let me fix this. Hang on, guys, let me fix this. Move it, you read it for me. I can't read right now. Stop. Hang on, I'll do this on YouTube, but I felt like, you know what? In honor of Christmas, I want to read a good story. Now the birth of Jesus Christ was as follows. After his mother Mary was betrothed to Joseph, she was on the child of the Holy Spirit. Then Joseph, her husband, being a just man and not wanting to make her public example, was minded to divorce her, was minded to put her away secretly, as in divorce her. But while I thought about these things, behold, an angel appeared in a dream, saying, Joseph, son of David, do not be afraid to take to you Mary your wife, for that which is conceived in her is of the Holy Spirit. And she will bring forth a son, and you shall call him his name Jesus, because he will save his people from their sins. So all this was done that might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the Lord through the prophets. Through the prophet Isaiah, saying, Behold, the virgin shall be with a child and bear a son. This calls name Emmanuel, which is translated God with us. And then Isaiah 9 says, For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulder. And his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and peace there will be no end, upon the throne of David and over his kingdom, in order to order it and establish it with judgment and justice. From that time forward, in front of the zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this. Maybe the rest. Nevertheless, the gloom will not be upon her who is distressed. As when at first he lightly esteemed the land of Zebulun and that of Naphtali, and afterward more heavily oppressed her. By the way of the sea, beyond the Jordan and Galilee of the Gentiles, the people who watch in darkness have seen a great light. Those who dwelt in the land of the shadow of death, upon them a light has shined. You have multiplied the nation and increased its joy. They rejoice before you, according to the joy of harvest, as men rejoice when they divide the spoil. For you have broken the yoke of his burden, and the staff of his shoulder, and the rod of his oppressor, as in the day of Midian. For every war stand for the noise of battle and garnish for road and blood will be used for burning and fueling fires. Who has believed our report, and to whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed? For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of dry ground. He has no former comeliness, and when we see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. He was despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And we hid, as it were, our faces from him. He was despised, and we did not esteem him. Surely he has borne our guilt. Surely he has borne our grief, and carried our sorrows. Yet we esteemed him stricken, smitten by God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. yet he did not open his mouth. He was led as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before its shearers is silent, so he opened not his mouth. He was taken from prison and from judgment. And who will declare his generation? For he was cut off from the land of the living. For the transgressions of my people he was stricken. And they made his grave with the wicked, but with the rich at his death. Because he has done no violence, nor was any deceit in his mouth. Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him, he has put him to grief. When you make his soul an offering for sin, he shall see his seed, he shall prolong his days. And the pleasure of the Lord shall prosper in his hand of his soul, and be satisfied. By his knowledge, our shall justify many, for he shall bear their iniquities. Therefore I will divide him a portion with the great, because he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he poured out his soul into, and he was young with his transgressors, and he bore the sin of many, and made intercession for the transgressors.